Okay, I'm just going to show you how you can use the Mode Decoder to write songs without any musical knowledge whatsoever. All you do is you read off the chords that can be played together. So you can either play majors and minors in its simplest form, or you can play the variations of the majors and minors like minor sevenths, sixths, ninths, all of which normally are quite complicated to learn to play, but in fact very, very simple to adjust the major and minor bar chords to be able to play. Okay, so I'm going to pick the minor scale, and I'm going to choose F sharp for no good reason really, just that you can choose any note at all. So what I do is I put F sharp into the Aeolian window. Now the Aeolian is the natural minor, the normal natural minor that you use and play in. The Ionian window is the major scale. So most songs are written in either the major scale or the natural minor scale, the Aeolian. So to write a song in natural minor, the Aeolian, I'm going to put F sharp in this window here, and you can see under here all the chords that can be played as our one chord, as our root chord. So in essence it's an F sharp minor. So you can see that's my first chord. So let's just do a classic 1, 4, 5. So if you count in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's our 4 note, that's a B, and 5, that's a C sharp. So our 1, 4, 5 is F sharp, B, C sharp, and that's a B minor, as you can tell here, and a C sharp minor, or one of the variations there. So what does that sound like? Okay, so our 1, 4, 5 sounds like this. F sharp, B, C sharp. Back to 1 again, our root note, F sharp. Okay, so if we were wanting to write a song, we might want to use other chords, and this will show you all the chords that are available to you in the F sharp minor scale. So let's dispose of the C and replace that with another one, let's say a D, and then we can see that is in fact not a D minor, it's a D major. So let's put that in and see what that sounds like. D major, back to F sharp again. So our song has changed. Sound like this. The D is perfectly in the right mode, in the right key. Okay, let's change the D, the B for another one, and let's change that for the E, and again that's an E major. I'm using these because they're quite separate to the minor scale. I mean, they're quite, you wouldn't think a major chord went with a minor scale particularly, but this shows how it does. So I'm going to change the B for an E major, and that sounds like this. All the chords all fit together, even those last two are major chords. Aeolian sad sounding minor scale. Okay, so I mentioned the variations. Now the variations here that you could play, just keeping it in with the F sharp, the D and the E. You could start off with an F sharp minor ninth, and all I'm doing there is, instead of playing this one, I'm letting that go, putting it on the bottom here. That's an F sharp minor ninth. You don't need to know what it It's even called, really. All you need to know is that you can play that along when that's the root note. Okay, so let's start with that. The D, an alternate one you could play here is the major 7th, so that's a D. And this is a major 7th. Again, mathematically you don't have to work out that that is lowered from there to there. All you have to know is how to play it on the shapes here. Very, very simple variation of a bar chord. And that it fits in with your key. So that now sounds like this. And then for the E, let's have an E 7th. So that would be see how you can very skillfully choose and change the character of the sound of your song just by using the palette of available chords. Now you notice as well that the chords are colour coded and each one of the modes is colour coded as well, and the colour coding tells you that that particular chord is related to a particular mode. So you can, although you can play all of the chords in any mode and any key, so they're all available to play. If, for example, you're playing in the Aeolian mode, the natural minor, that's colour-coded red. So if you pick out the chords that are coloured red here, for example, D minor 7th and D minor 9th are the two Ds that would sound most Aeolian, then you can it further informs your choice. So if I were going to go back to the B again as our second chord, a better choice would be the B minor 7th. So we start off with F sharp minor, which does contain that red chord as well, obviously. And then we go to B minor 7th, as opposed to the B minor. So this note changes from that to that. Not that you need to know it, all you need to do is read off. It sounds that little bit much more Aeolian. So that's how you can quite carefully write songs with this small number of chords, but enough chords to be able to get quite a variety of songs, especially bearing in mind that most songs are 1, 4, 5 and use just major and minor chords. You can play quite complicated, make some quite complicated compositions using the chords in that way. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll just record a few bars and then show you how the solo guide works on top of that. So I'll keep our I'll just record it in a very low tech way and then play back and show how the soloing works on top of that. Okay, so let's set that to go. added the D and the E in as well as a sort of chorus, so that should be quite interesting. So I'll plug this in, so I should be able to hear it. Through the speaker here, hopefully. Okay, that's working quite well. So while this is set now to F sharp, Aeolian, as I've spun this wheel, that's also shown me on the solo guide here, where I can put the minor pentatonic scale, that's these black dots that you're probably very familiar with, in 3 places on the neck, and all those notes will be in the right scale. Also, there's grey notes, and they are in different places on each one, and it's fairly simple to remember where those places are, but they make up the rest of the minor scale, so they're notes that can be played as well. And the last piece of the jigsaw here is exactly the same as this band here, but just shows you where the root note is, the solid red in this case, but more importantly the character note, and that's the one that makes it sound like the mode. That's the note that's in all these red dotted chords. So again, if you include or emphasize these notes here, then you will be very, very much in the character of the mode that you're playing in. So on the backbone of these 3 locations, playing all these notes, you can't really hit a wrong note. So here we can see that our 3 locations are, location 1 is actually on the F sharp itself. Second one is on the B on the E string, which is the 7th. And the third is on the C sharp here. Well, we've done 1, 4, 5, haven't we? So that does make sense. Okay, so they're the 3 places that we can play the minor pentatonic scale. So let's see how that sounds. I'll just stick it. See how that sounds. Oh. So there we are. All I was doing was playing the minor pentatonic in 3 locations and adding in those grey notes where I've learned makes a lot of sense for them, such as this note here. So that's how you can write a song, and that's how you can solo along to your song as well.